What if I told you that a single slab of green crystal holds the secret to transforming your reality? That hidden within its ancient verses lies a code, an unbroken thread connecting the stars above with the soul within? For centuries, the Emerald Tablet has been whispered about in mystery schools, guarded in the shadows of temples, and studied in secret by the greatest minds in alchemy, mysticism, and spiritual science. But what we've been shown is only the surface. Beneath its poetic maxims and cryptic lines rests a deeper current. A forgotten transmission meant not just to be read, but lived. These are not just teachings. They are keys to the nature of matter, the mastery of self, and the art of divine creation. Passed down from Thoth the Atlantean, Hermes Trismegistus, or perhaps someone even older, this knowledge survived cataclysms, empires, and inquisitions, and yet its true meaning has remained veiled until now. In this video, we're going to peel back the layers. You will discover why the Emerald Tablet is not merely a relic of alchemy, but a living map of spiritual evolution. We'll explore its origins, its enigmatic wisdom, and most importantly, how to apply its truths in your own journey of inner alchemy. Because once you understand what's really hidden in these verses, you will never see yourself or the universe the same way again. The Emerald Tablet, Tabula Smaragdina, is one of the most mysterious and revered documents in the history of esoteric thought. Though barely a page long, its influence stretches across millennia, shaping the very foundations of alchemy, Hermeticism, and mystical philosophy. Its origins are cloaked in legend. Some say it was etched in green fire by the hands of Thoth, the Atlantean priest-king who fled the sinking of his civilization to preserve its sacred science. Others claim it was penned by Hermes Trismegistus, the mythical fusion of the Greek god Hermes and the Egyptian deity Thoth, a figure said to have mastered the secrets of the divine and the material. Regardless of its true author, the tablet first appeared in the Western world through Arabic translations, whispered into Europe during the Crusades, and preserved in alchemical treatises like the Kitab Sir Al-Khalika and the Book of Balinas. It captivated Renaissance thinkers like Isaac Newton, who translated it himself, and inspired the Rosicrucians, the Theosophists, and the initiates of secret orders. But why? Why has this brief, almost cryptic text endured with such gravity? Because within its concise verses lies a sublime paradox, the entire architecture of the universe mirrored in the microcosm of the self. The famed axiom, as above, so below, as within, so without, is not metaphor. It is a literal key to unlocking reality. The tablet suggests that all planes of existence, physical, mental, spiritual, are bound by one law, one pattern, one force, and that through understanding and harmonizing with this force, the adept can become the magician, the healer, the awakened. The language of the tablet is encoded. It speaks of the one thing, of the Father of all perfection, and of rising and descending with great power. It is alchemical, yes, but not merely in the sense of turning lead into gold. That was only ever a symbol. The true transmutation is inner, the elevation of the human soul into its divine potential. And yet, over centuries, the tablet's deeper meaning was obscured. Modern interpretations have often reduced it to poetic mysticism or historical curiosity. Its true function, as a manual for spiritual transformation, was buried beneath layers of symbolism, secrecy, and misdirection. Not out of malice, but necessity. You see, this knowledge is potent. It bends reality to the will. In the wrong hands, it corrupts. That's why mystery schools hid it in allegory, why sages spoke in riddles, why the words were veiled in metaphor. Only the one who seeks, truly seeks, can pierce the veil. And that is what we are doing now. We are not merely studying ancient words. We are remembering something timeless. Let us now peel back the first layer of the Emerald Tablet's enigma. It opens with a declaration, not of theory, but of certainty. It is true without falsehood, certain and most true. This isn't poetic flair, it's a signal to the initiate. What follows is absolute, not belief, not metaphor, law. The tablet then reveals the foundation of all Hermetic wisdom. That which is below is like that which is above, and that which is above is like that which is below, to accomplish the miracles of the one thing. This single line encapsulates the entire doctrine of correspondence, the idea that the universe is a fractal construct, repeating its pattern across dimensions. Your body, your mind, your soul, they are not separate from the cosmos. They are the cosmos, encoded, condensed, and mirrored. In the ancient temples of Egypt, initiates were taught that the stars above were not distant objects, but living beings whose energies were reflected in human consciousness. The organs of the body were mapped to planets. The flow of breath mirrored the cycles of the moon. Disease was imbalance, healing, the restoration of celestial harmony within. So when the tablet speaks of the miracles of the one thing, it is not referring to supernatural feats. It is speaking of alignment, when inner and outer are in perfect resonance. That is when transformation happens. That is when the veil lifts. The one thing, referred to in cryptic terms, is the primal substance, the divine spark, the source energy from which all things emanate. In alchemy, it was symbolized as the prima materia, the raw, undivided essence present in all creation. Not a physical element, but the potential within all things to become divine. This one thing, says the tablet, arises from the marriage of fire and water, of light and shadow. It is born of polarity, forged in tension. It is the child of opposites. The sun is its father, the moon its mother. This line alludes not just to celestial bodies, but to consciousness itself. The sun, masculine, active, rational. The moon, feminine, receptive, intuitive. Within you, these forces dance constantly. One shines, the other reflects. One moves outward, the other draws inward. True alchemy begins when these forces are brought into sacred union. The tablet continues. The wind carried it in its belly. The earth is its nurse. Translation: thought gives it form, and the material world sustains it. What you think, you project. What you project, you manifest. But only if the seed is nurtured, grounded, given shape through intention and action. This is where many falter. They understand the principle, but not the practice. They desire transformation, yet remain out of alignment. The tablet is clear. To work miracles, one must become a mirror, clear, polished, undistorted. This is the first half of the journey. The realization that all you seek is already within you. The rest lies in the descent, into the unknown, into yourself. And so we descend deeper into the labyrinth of hidden fire. The emerald tablet continues. Separate the earth from the fire, the subtle from the gross, gently and with great ingenuity. This is the alchemist's sacred task, distillation. But this is not chemistry, it is consciousness. The earth is the dense, the material, the distractions of the outer world. The fire is spirit, intention, truth. To walk the Hermetic path is to separate noise from signal, illusion from essence. But note the instruction, gently and with great ingenuity. This is not a brutal cutting away, it is the art of refinement. Like a sculptor releasing the form trapped within stone, the adept removes only what conceals the divine. Here lies one of the most misunderstood aspects of the Emerald Tablet. Many interpret it as a literal guide to transmute metals into gold. But true alchemy was never about base metals. It was about you. Turning your leaden self, your fears, your wounds, your ignorance into gold, wisdom, clarity, illumination. And the process is not always glorious. The tablet says, it ascends from the earth to the heaven, and again it descends to the earth and receives the power of the above and the below. This is the cycle, ascension and return. Enlightenment is not escape. It is a spiral. You rise, then return to transmute what you've left behind. Many seekers become trapped in the light, intoxicated by vision. But the true initiate knows, the heavens mean nothing if they cannot be brought back down into the body, into the world. This is the sacred paradox of the Emerald Tablet. To go beyond the self, you must go through the self. To reach the divine, you must embrace the human. To become light, you must pass through shadow. And so, the tablet speaks of power, not domination, but integration. It promises that through this work, you will obtain the glory of the whole universe. All obscurity will be clear to you. Not because the world has changed, but because you have. The eyes that once saw confusion now perceive order. The chaos was only ever a reflection of the unrefined self. Finally, the tablet closes with a revelation often overlooked. This is the greatest force of all powers, because it overcomes every subtle thing and penetrates every solid thing. What is this force? It is conscious will, aligned intention, the purified fire of the awakened soul. It is soft enough to uplift spirit, strong enough to shape matter. This, then, is the true great work, not the creation of gold in crucibles, but the transmutation of your very being. Now let us cross the bridge from the cryptic verses of the Emerald Tablet into the alchemy of your daily life. For what good is ancient wisdom if it cannot ignite your present moment? The first principle to embody is this: as above, so below. This is not merely poetic, it is an invitation to realize that your inner world creates your outer experience. Thoughts, emotions, intentions, these are not private echoes. They are forces shaping the clay of your reality. So the practice begins not in the heavens, but in the mirror. Exercise 1. The Morning Transmutation Ritual. Each morning before the distractions of the world take hold, sit in stillness, breathe deeply, and place your attention on your heart. Speak inwardly. Let the subtle be lifted. Let the dense be dissolved. I align above and below. I reclaim the alchemy within. This is a simple invocation, but spoken with sincerity, it begins the alchemical fire. Exercise 2. the fire of discernment. Throughout your day, notice what is earth and what is fire. Earth is what drags you down. Resentment, fear, meaningless busyness. Fire is what uplifts. Truth, love, clarity, intention. Before reacting to a situation, ask, is this coming from fire or from earth? You begin, gently, to separate the subtle from the gross. This is not escape, it is refinement. You don't run from your shadow, you illuminate it. Exercise 3. The descent and return. In the evening, reflect. Not to judge, but to reclaim. What did you learn today? What part of yourself descended into the world? And what did it bring back? Write it down. This is your alchemical journal, the grimoire of your transformation. And yes, there will be resistance. The ego clings to density. The world distracts with noise, but the tablet whispers with great ingenuity. You must become the artisan of your own soul, flexible, fierce, and faithful. Remember, you are not here to transcend the world. You are here to redeem it, beginning with yourself. The tablet is not just to be read, it is to be lived. And so we return, full circle, yet forever changed. The emerald tablet, though veiled in metaphor and mystery, is no relic of a forgotten age. It is a living map, etched not on stone, but into the very fabric of reality, and within the soul of every seeker who dares to look beyond the veil. Its verses speak not just to philosophers or mystics, but to you, to the part of you that has always sensed that life holds a deeper order, a hidden current beneath the chaos. That which is below is like that which is above. This is not just an idea, it is a law of creation. You are not a passive observer in this world. You are the alchemist, the crucible, the flame. When you begin to live from this place, not merely reading the wisdom, but embodying it, you activate the true transformation the tablet points to. You shift from being shaped by your circumstances to shaping them. You move from reacting to creating. That is the great work, not turning lead into gold, but turning forgetfulness into remembrance, turning separation into unity, turning the mundane into the miraculous. Still, the final truth is this: the emerald tablet will never yield its full secrets to the curious, only to the committed. So the question remains, will you merely listen, or will you become the living philosopher's stone? Will you let the ancient words fade like a dream, or will you awaken and embody them? The choice, as always, is yours. If this message stirred something deep within you, if it felt like a memory long forgotten, then do not let it pass silently. Let us continue exploring the mysteries together. Subscribe, share, and speak your truth in the comments below. What did you feel? What did you remember? Until next time, walk boldly between worlds, and may the one mind guide you. As above, so below, as within, so without, as the soul, so the cosmos.